Section 2. 7 miles, he said, which was fairly accurate. Why do you want to know? I'm going to the river, said the boy. Alone? Of course, but it is too far. It will take you 3 hours to reach there, and then you have to come back. It will be getting dark. Besides, it is not an easy road. But I am a good walker, said the boy, though he had never walked further than the mile from his house to his school. He carried on down the path, and the woodcutter looked after him with some misgivings, means doubt, and decided to keep an eye out for the boy on his way back from the market. The path was steep, and the boy had to run most of the time. It was a dizzy, winding path. Anybody can lose balance over there. And he slipped once or twice and slid into a bush or off the path and down the hill. The hill was covered with lush green ferns. The trees were wound in creepers, and a great wild dahlia, dahlia is a flower, would suddenly rear means raise, its golden head from the leaves and ferns. Soon the boy was in the valley, and the path straightened out and rose. He met a girl who was coming from the opposite direction. She held a long curved knife, which she had been cutting grass, and there were rings in her nose and ears, and her arms were covered with heavy bangles. The bangles made music when she moved her hands. How far is to the river? Asked the boy. The girl had obviously never been to the river, or she may have been thinking of another one, because she said 20 miles without any hesitation. The boy laughed. Why he laughed? Because the woodcutter told him that it's how far away? 6 miles. Okay, and this girl was saying 20 miles. A parrot suddenly screeched, flew low over his head, a flash of red and green. It took the course of the path, and the boy followed its dipping flight. Dipping means quickly, running until the path rose and the bird disappeared among the trees. A trickle of water came from the hillside, and the boy stopped to drink. The water was cold and sharp, but very refreshing. However, it seemed to have the effect of making him thirstier. The sun was striking his side of the hill, and the dusty path became hotter, the stones scorching the boy's feet. He was sure he had gone halfway. He had walked for half an hour. Here, striking means shining.